Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Sport Federation TV. Every week we take a look at what's happening with sport in the Western Cape. Of course, the federations in the provinces, in the districts, and as you know, they're all very busy with activities at the moment. But we do focus a lot on coaches, administration, and how the federations actually operate behind the scenes. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at boxing, we're going to take a look at handball, we're going to be taking a look at kickboxing, and of course keep telling you what's happening with sport in the province. On the line with me now and he's back is Kuda Chizema. He's the chairperson of Western Cape Handball. Kuda, welcome back.
Thank you for having me, and thank you to the viewers.
Yeah, we're very excited to be talking to you again tonight, Kuda. Let's start off. I think the last time we spoke, you were busy planning on your big event, and that was, of course, the Women's Championships that you recently held in Belhar, which saw quite a lot of different elements. Tell us a little bit more about the Women's Championships.
Thank you, JP. That tournament was the second edition of the Women for Handball for Women tournament. We held the first one last year. This was the second one. And I should say it was a success. We had 6 teams from the province, and it was, yeah, we had the supporters that came in. If it was a male supporter, they were supposed to come in with a message.
Well, I saw that. I mean, let's just pause there quickly, because your campaign was really to stop gender-based violence, right?
Yes, true.
And so what you did there, when you talk about the men, it was free access for women, but if you were a man and you came in, you had to write some other pledge or give some sort of form. Is that right?
Yes. So if you do not have a placard with a message, or you do not have a T-shirt with a message to support GBV, then you would pay to go in if you're a male. Yeah.
So that's fantastic. It's a great way to get everybody involved in the campaign.
Yes.
But we also saw. I mean, you also saw that the promotion to stop gender-based violence was quite well supported by your teams. A number of the teams, like for example Cape Stars and Progresso, all wearing branding and clothing that promoted the campaign.
Yes, that's true. We had the support from the teams, because obviously when their female counterparts come to the games, we always have the males also following through to support. So we had the support from Cape Stars. I saw they had nice T-shirts there written and in awareness of GBV, and Progresso as well supporting the same campaign. So yeah, we really had the support from the male counterparts.
Kuda, now the Women's Championships that you held, they of course had multiple elements. You had the competition element, but you also did quite a lot of administrative work at the same time.
Yes, that's true. Remember, when we are reaching out with the awareness for GBV, we also need to empower the women as well. We've seen that we have less officials, technical officials, I should say, in our federation. That's parts and parcel of coaching, parts and parcel of refereeing, and also we brought in Mr. Martin Berger from Germany. He's got his own project that is called Handball Inspire. They came in on board with Play Handball together, and we had an international workshop for grassroots coaching for the women, and we just had to also have it for the males as well.
And I see. I mean, we saw the photographs here. Obviously, a lot of coaches then ended up getting their certificates, certifying them as grassroots handball coaching. How difficult are those courses? Because it's obviously great to see that you're actually giving official certificates, which means you now have coaches that are recognized handball coaches.
Truly, like for this course in particular, you had to have 20 hours under your belt to get accredited. So whoever got accredited now had to first do their 20 hours of both theory and practical.
20 hours, right? So, in this case, the certificate for these coaches is specifically on grassroots coaching. How much of a difference is there?
Yes.
Or can you explain the difference to us between grassroots coaching and, say, for example, team coaching or club coaching?
Okay, so we're focusing more with grassroots coaching. We're focusing more with holistic part of coaching because when we go up the levels, you then have traditional coaches and all going up that seek results. Basically, we're teaching. They were being taught how to deal with kids from mini handball up to high school handball, where you can have that contact with certain all the junior age groups basically, and encouraging them on the fact that they need to be holistic coaches rather, where
Yeah.
they need to be where they need to understand the background of these kids and how to deal specifically with certain like kids as well as they go on.
So it's very much about considering the children's environment or where they come from, and also understanding maybe the facilities are different, the family backgrounds are different, the environment, the financial aspects. Are those the kind of things that you're asking the coaches to consider? I would imagine some of those things is hard to find in a textbook.
These are things that we meet on a day-to-day basis. This is reality coming down.
Yeah.
In a textbook, you have the basic stuff, but when it comes to being a holistic coach, you meet different things. Every day, a child will come with a different problem, and you have to face it. It's unfortunate that most of our clubs out there, you have to be a coach, you have to be a treasurer, you have to be a parent at the same time. You have to be the bus driver at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a whole lot of things that fall on their shoulders. So we'd expect them to have this kind of knowledge that will help them go further.
Kuda, we talk a lot about how sport is suffering financially, and that there's obviously low funding and it's difficult to find sponsorship. But when I look at your teams that are playing there, you've done pretty well. I see everybody's got some sort of jersey on that is wearing some sort of corporate branding. Or did you guys go out and get small sponsorships?
Because in the past we couldn't have gone out and got sponsorship, but one or two companies are actually noticing the development in handball. They're actually noticing the success in the past 2 years and appreciating what we are actually doing and trying to market the sport itself. So I think it's a nice platform that actually has been set up for many of our clubs, and some of them are actually taking that opportunity to get sponsors involved.
Well, I must say that is extremely impressive when we see clubs going out to get sponsorship for their athletes, to wear jerseys and finding creative ways to get sponsors involved in their club. And of course, I think we're happy to show these t-shirts so that those sponsors are now getting a little bit of TV exposure, and hopefully your clubs can go back to those sponsors and say, look, you were on TV, and maybe get more sponsorship. Kuda, what comes next for you guys now? I mean, you've now got more coaches in your circle. Your players, as you've told us, the league has now started. Handball is certainly active. Where are you guys going next now? What's coming up next?
All right, so we are hosting the National Youth Championships from the 8th of July to the 11th of July. So we have to prepare our under 18 boys and girls and our under 16 boys and girls provincial teams. So some of the coaches that we are actually preparing on that workshop are going to be parts and parcel of that structure as well, so they can start working with our provincial kids. So that's our next port of call. We also have an under 15 indoor championship that's going to be held in Bredasdorp, Overberg, at the end of this month.
Kuda, thanks for chatting with us. Well done in your event. Fantastic event. Great to see sport standing up for causes like, for example, stopping gender-based violence. And we love the slogan that hands are for handball. There we go, folks. Thank you very much. Kuda Chizema is, of course, the chairperson of Western Cape Handball. And, wow, fantastic event. And using all the various elements of an event for the right reasons, for coaching, for their various causes, and of course to bring exposure to their sport. Well done, Western Cape Handball. We'll take a break. When we come back, we carry on talking sport in the province. Back in a sec.